The Cosmic Dance, channeled by Julie Suskin. Chapter 9, The Pathmakers. There is a job to be done, for now is the time of cleansing. The old must be burnt away in order for new growth to be made possible. This is dangerous, but necessary. Consider the following three aspects of this change. There is the normal cycle of your own planet, with a new revolution about to begin. There is, corresponding with this, another cycle of the wheel of change, also about to begin, one which relates to the outer atmosphere, the solar cycle. There is a third, the most important cycle, also beginning, the cosmic turning point. So you are now experiencing three energy shifts, each momentous in its own right, all occurring at the same time. The normal cycle of your planet has come full circle many times before, and in the past you have also experienced the completion of the outer solar cycle. But you have never before experienced the changes brought about by the revolving of the cosmic cycle. Indeed, at the last turning of the cosmic wheel, Earth did not even exist. This cycle cannot be measured in time. Again, we give you the analogy of a great cosmic breath. The duration of this great breath lasts from the first point of breathing in to the last point of breathing out. Now the cosmos is only a few moments away from the end point of the out-breath. For most of you, your work is just beginning. Enough has been cleared for you to chart your own pathway and that of others. We speak of those who can hear. A cleansing is now taking place. This is most evident with regard to the energies within individuals. These energies are now being raised and are visible to those who are sensitive enough to see them. Those who can see emanations from the body as well as the etheric and astral body. Individuals are being cleansed all the time. Clarity is needed at the beginning. The time is now, and there must be no hesitation. There can be none, for you are at a new beginning, and you are moving down the pathway with the new energy frequencies. When you start down this pathway, you may feel detached from those around you, even from those who are with you on this path. You are no longer part of the old earth energy. You are part of the new order. The new order has been in the conscious mind of man for a very long time. It seeped in earlier this century. Indeed, much music and literature, many plays and films have been written, all of which encompass the ideals of the new order. But most of the writers, artists, and musicians concerned received only part of the picture. Art is more stimulating when only half the revelation is shown, as this leaves the other half to the imagination of those who see and hear these works. Art has always been a catalyst for new thoughts, and never more so than in this century. Now art and music have fulfilled their purpose. The senses will align, and you will no longer need their stimulus. Music and art will transcend and transmute. Never doubt that you are one with the universal source. Although we speak of new energies and different frequencies, these are all part of the whole. They merely appear as new to you in your world. Aggression, greed, and negativity have now reached saturation point. You can see this clearly, and it is becoming visible to all. This enhanced vision has been highlighted by healers in the past. They asked for the truth of reality, and this was seen by all, because even in the midst of aggression and negativity, their crystal clarity could do its work. No longer is aggression hidden. It is now a stark reality, and you can see examples of it in every street, in every town. This is alarming for many, but in fact, there is no more negativity than there was before, just that now it's being exposed in the light, being revealed, waiting to be cleared. The violence and the aggression has come from underground and has broken through from below the surface. This is related to the energy shift of the earth that we have talked about before. The destructive forces are moving outward, something which is much needed. Many of you have felt this in several different ways. In one sense, the earth is crying out, and in her tears she has released her darkness. There is violence in her tears, but how wonderful it is for her to clear and to cleanse and to be free at last. Others will be able to see things with greater clarity, both mentally and intellectually, as well as on a perceptual level. This perception is shining through with diamond clarity and is being seen by many. This is similar to your legend of the Pied Piper, for their energies are now leading the children away from trouble. The ones left behind are rich in greed and avarice, and they will mourn. The children are pure. They can hear the note of the Pied Piper calling, leading them to the garden that your earth will become. It is for this reason we call you children of light, for within that light there is crystal clarity. The children of light are of many different ages. Some are very old, some are young. The Pied Piper is a leader of energy, leading them by sounding the notes of heightened frequencies. The children being led away may physically never reincarnate again. They have transcended the need for reincarnation, and yet they are still part of the whole. This is not a time of torment and trauma, but a time of knowing and of recognition of the diamond light of truth. In some ways this may seem harsh, for the light is either present or it is not. There are no half measures. If the light is not present, it is no good you're trying to create it, or trying to force an individual to see. It is as though they were blind. This is the stark truth. This has much to do with the magnetic force, for where there is no magnetism, people cannot be drawn towards it. Within the new frequencies, there is an affinity with those who have the higher notes. This does not mean that where the opportunity arises, you should not calm and love and be compassionate to those who do not have the notes. Indeed, you have an absolute responsibility to treat them well, but you cannot, in truth, help them forward. Souls are rejoicing as they are finally being released from the astral plane. If you listen, you can hear their song. They are now joining the choirs of angels in the higher realms of the astral, for they have completed their journey. Songs of light, notes of light rejoicing. Cosmic changes of such enormity do not occur instantly in just a matter of minutes or days. However, you will notice certain shift points. We can describe it thus. During a full eclipse of the sun, darkness descends as the moon gradually obscures the disk of the sun. Finally, the light is completely blocked out. Then, within a short space of time, the light returns. There is a point when the sun becomes completely obscured by the moon. It is in this instant that man is aware of the constant, ever-moving wheels of the sun and the moon. And so it is that there are points in time, like during the eclipse, when the reality of movement and change hit the conscious mind, as though they have been moving all the time. The clouds are clearing now. The energy of the astral plane, with the last remnants of emotion, is being drawn away, and sometimes this generates a final emotional convulsion. As yet, the astral has not completely cleared. It will not do so for a while. But more and more of you are suddenly becoming aware of the clearing of the clouds. This is similar to that which we spoke about earlier. As the clearing takes place, so the path can be seen. This has only just become visible. The path is new, but gradually it is being revealed. At the clearing point of the emotions, some will feel an emptiness. We speak gently and kindly now. You will sense an emptiness in some, an almost zombie-like quality. Others will become like an empty shell. The energy within these particular individuals is too dependent upon the emotions, so as the changes unfold, they will become disoriented and vacant. This is not evil or darkness, but rather the creation of a void. You cannot help those who do not have enough soul light. However, as like attracts like, you will come into contact with many whom you can help. You must be selective who you talk to about this. Only speak to those who will understand, or where some knowledge of this deemed to be essential. The wisdom of the orb is important now. When people are clouded in negative energy, they draw more negativity to themselves through their need to associate with it. At this time of cleansing, it is very damaging for you to take alcohol or drugs. If you could see the damage this causes to the psychic centers and to the etheric body, you would not indulge in such things. Taking what you call mind-expanding drugs is extremely dangerous. They can cause you to let in the dark astral energies which we spoke about earlier. Drugs do not expand the soul. Expansion of the mind is much easier without them. There are many good souls who are not quite strong enough to jump the vortex. Some of these are electing to die at this time, some of them en masse. They are choosing this now because there are many light beings both above and below who are able to help them. By leaving the physical, now they have a greater opportunity for growth. They clear very quickly once they are in the light, and they send you thanks for the work that many of you have done in clearing the darkness. Some of these souls, because of positive links and because of the knowledge they now have, will move up in the higher realms. They will gather together and help with the clearing of the astral plane. They are saluting you now because they are free. The soul can move on. So do not be alarmed by sudden deaths, for in many cases the beings who die are the more fortunate ones. Dear children, it is hard for you to accept the passing of people you know and care about. It is hard even when you have seen them suffering in pain. Remember, when a person dies, they do so because their soul has chosen this. Physical death may be preferable for some souls because they are too weak to take the new frequencies. Rejoice in their passing, for they are passing into light. Those of you who are pathmakers must take your responsibilities seriously. You must be selective about whom you give your energy to, and draw back when it is not possible for you to help. You will know. This is an exciting time for all, for the physical and the spiritual winds are now blowing. Imagine walking along a path. It is cloudy and the weather is stormy, so you hold your head low, protecting yourself from the wind and the cold. Suddenly, the clouds dissolve into the heavens, and you feel warmth radiating from the sky. You hold your head up and lift your face to feel the heat of the sun. This is what you are doing now. You are walking into the light. The new light brings a greater warmth to the globe, which is truly a profound reality. The giant cosmos is divided into two parts. Each half has no knowledge of the other, but within your sphere you will know both. For during the changeover you will see the one you have come from and the one you are moving to. You are privileged, for you will see more from your new perspective than any single entity has ever seen before. This is part of the greater expansion. Every minute the cosmos is expanding. The cosmos is not a set size, shape, or time. It is ever expanding, and it is expanding in experience. You are already flying in time, and the knowledge of this is now permeating into your consciousness. Long ago, information was programmed into certain crystals. These crystals are like an entity, a living computer. It will not be long, however, before they disintegrate. This will occur once you have absorbed the knowledge that is stored within them. After that, they will physically no longer be needed, for by then, their energy will have been transmitted and received. It is not necessary for you to know where these crystals are located in physical terms, although you probably already know, but choose not to remember. This is not important. What is important is that you absorb the information contained within them. Some of you have already completed this process. We leave you today with an image of yourself in a boat sailing over the horizon. You know you are safe inside the boat, but as it moves over the horizon, it disappears out of view of those left behind. Many cannot see the Pathmakers, but this does not matter, for the heightened energies are present, leading you all towards the mountains of another world.